welcome back to the channel. This is Jasmine, Georgia and Emma, and today we are going to be watching Euphoria special episode part 2. If you want to check out uncut reactions to the episodes, the link to the Patreon will be in the description below. So last episode, it was all focused on Rue having that long conversation with Ali where she basically just unleashed all her thoughts and feelings about Jules' life, a lot of topics that they covered there, and I thought it was a very thought-provoking episode for them and the viewers. It was interesting to see like her open up about everything and basically talk about everything on her mind.
Rue sort of laid down a lot of answers to questions we had from the series, so like how she was feeling with Jules, and Annie was really questioning her on like her beliefs and just trying to get to the root of why she does what she does and trying to like support her in the best way he can.
And I really liked how he explained things to her, because like she thought she was in a relationship with Jules, whereas from our perspective it seemed like more of a casual thing because they never had the conversation about whether they were in a relationship or not, and he kind of said that to her and made her realise that things weren't clear cut between her and Jules. And she thinks her self-esteem is so damaged, and she thinks she's a horrible person and she doesn't deserve to live and whatever. But he like said to her that's the addiction because it's a disease and it's making you think like that, and he like tried to boost up her self-esteem to make her like not kill herself.
That's what I meant when I said like getting answers to things, like not having a clear understanding of where Rue and Jules were in the relationship. Like it wasn't clear or set out, and I think Rue sort of realised, she was like, as she was talking, sort of realised how like the situation was.
And I assume in this episode it's gonna be a similar thing happening with Jules, where we see her side and her perspective of how she views everything, and I'm really interested to see that. I'm interested. Jules is my favourite, so I'm probably more intrigued about this one than the Rue one, to be honest. And I feel like in the show we get more of a view of Rue's head state anyway. Yeah. So this is a bit newer. Yeah,
we don't really get Jules' perspective on many things, and they always show that clip at the train station where they both let each other go, and Rue stayed and Jules got on the train, and this is going to be her side, like, you know, just what's going on in her world at the moment. So it's going to be interesting, so we see both sides.
Why'd you run away?
That's so good. It's really showing that we're seeing everything through her eyes.
One thing we do appreciate with this show is like the cool like camera angles and little effects they do.
Yeah, the cinematography.
Really showing everything, aren't they, from the whole series?
I like how the song matches it as well.
Yeah. They do such a good job on this show.
This is a good song as well. I'm definitely going to be adding this to my Spotify playlist. And we watched the intro disappear. Oh, the matching.
What do you want to talk about?
So has she gone to an actual therapist?
Yeah, looks like it.
Must be.
I think I want to go off my hormones. I feel like I've framed my entire womanhood around men, when, like, in reality, I'm no longer interested in men.
That's very true.
Like, philosophically. My personality and, like, my soul around what I think men desire.
We saw during the first season that she would just have hookups with random men all the time.
Without the self-criticism, I'd be lost.
Or free. Both can be scary feelings.
I feel like femininity conquered me. Most girls, when you first talk to them, they like automatically analyze and compare themselves to you. How close you are to what they all collectively want to be, hiding it with like smiles and nods.
Yeah,
and small
she
talk.
thinks she has to be the girliest girl she can
catch them
be.
doing it. They look for what tags are on your clothes to see where you shop, or they'll watch your hands to find like fucked up cuticles or chipped nail polish.
God, imagine paying that much attention to someone. That must be exhausting.
Terrifying.
Yeah, I think her self-esteem's really showing here.
So they want to find flaws.
That she thinks very lowly of herself
Yeah,
and what other people think about her.
No girl had ever looked at me the way Rue did. Hi.
Oh, she's like the first person that genuinely loves her.
She actually saw me. The me that's underneath a million layers of not me. How a mom sees you before you're anything. And, like, loves you just for that.
Is that how your mom saw you?
No.
I hope so.
My mum was the one that put her in the rehabilitation thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, she brought her there without her knowledge, and then she just left.
I want to be as beautiful as the ocean. Because the ocean's strong as fuck. And feminine as fuck. And, like, both are what makes the ocean the ocean.
I thought that's so pretty.
Being trans is spiritual. You know, it's not religious. It's not like for some congregation. It's for me. It's mine. It belongs to me. I want to be alive. I mean, that's what this has always been about, is like
That explains why she's such a spontaneous person.
staying alive.
Like how she could just run away and go off to New York whenever she wanted.
I might have lost Rue along the way, but like I was panicking. Like I was really panicking.
Still time to make amends.
She's scared of what Nate could do to her.
I had a really hard 6 months.
Yeah, a lot happened for Jules.
There's a difference between thinking about hurting yourself and wanting to hurt yourself, but I think that gap was closing.
Aww.
It must be really hard to say.
See, I didn't really think about that during the first season.
Because we never really see Jules's perspective, so...
So I ran.
Yeah, and I guess it's understandable. I mean, Nate made her feel like shit. Aww. So she does really love her then.
Yeah,
As if we were ever in any doubt. As long as they're both aware of the situations and know where they stand, I think they can make it work.
At the same time, though, I'm like really angry at Rue. Her sobriety is like completely dependent on how available I am to her.
That is completely true.
Yeah,
You know, like,
that's what you were saying last time.
She'd ask me to sleep over, and I'd say no. There's a massive weight on my shoulders, and I'd think like, what if she relapses? You know?
Mm.
That's a lot.
Not
What if
worry
she
all the
relapses because I'm
time.
not there?
One wrong move and she could cause her death. Oh. Was her mom an addict as well?
Maybe. That's why she feels so much pressure, maybe.
What is mom?
Yeah, you can be angry with her, and I understand that, but you can't just dismiss the good.
This show just loves to release new layers to people, and it just puts everything into perspective.
I know, you see people's sort of inner demons in this.
I knew it.
And what they deal with.
I knew this was not just going to be like some conversation about how
So
well
much
mom is
detail.
doing. I feel like real life is always such a letdown.
What do you mean?
I don't know. It's just like easier to talk to people online.
I agree.
You can be more open.
Yeah, it's harder to be vulnerable in person. That's why she always used to text people, didn't she? Was this Nate shy guy?
Proud of been
Yeah,
with
I think-
people I've
I think
never
Yeah.
met.
Who was that?
I don't know,
Some random.
but that's the point. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, that's a bit cold.
Bit exposed out there.
Half of every relationship is in my head.
Oh, isn't that the vision at the start of part 1?
She can imagine anyone there.
Just happy I met you.
It's crazy because we don't know if that's real.
Me too.
Yeah. Is this the stuff she wants to say, or has she already said it?
I'm so proud of you. There were so many times I wanted to kiss her, but I didn't.
Why
Everyone
not?
else in the room but you. I'm sorry, I should go.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I froze because I'd never kissed a girl before.
And
Oh.
it wasn't a fantasy anymore.
I never even
either.
like. How could it be possible that Rue loved me as much as I loved her?
Oh, it's possible.
I feel like I got to know him better than I knew Rue.
He was imaginary.
The best sex I've ever had.
Oh, or was this guy not Nate?
What made it so fulfilling?
I don't know now.
It was just pure fucking imagination.
I'm confused. Is this real or not?
So this, yeah, no, I don't think the stuff with the guy is real because it's just imaginary.
Like all these people she texts, it's all like sort of imaginary because none of it's really happening. But with Rue, it's real. So I think that's why it's quite strange for her.
Why are there no photos of us?
Oh, she tricked herself into thinking it was real.
Didn't exist.
So when she said she would like sleep with random men, were they fake?
They were just random hookups, like when she met Dominant Daddy, like that's just
So
someone
those
on
were
an app.
actually real.
Whereas Tyler, this is like they only spoke until they met at the lake, but she
Yeah.
imagined all this sex stuff in her head.
This is trippy.
This is like Inception. What is going on?
I know.
Scared.
What the hell's going on?
Oh, is it like supposed to be Rue taking over her thoughts?
Maybe.
Because the
Yeah,
worry
this
for
is-
Rue just took over.
This is
I
all
know.
like some big metaphor. I know it is, but I'm trying to work out what it is.
Or is it just her realising that she loves Rue more?
Yeah, possibly.
Don't look at my face.
Oh, ew.
Ugh.
I've got goosebumps.
Guess what?
This is that apartment again.
Do you think she actually lives there, but Rue is
Is this
just in
like
her
an
head?
Easter egg of something that will happen in the future? Because Rue imagined it as well. I don't get it.
Really bad nightmare about living in New York City with Rue. When I got home,
So it's just a dream.
she was in
Yeah.
the bathroom.
In Rue's episode, we saw
Rue,
her relapse in the bathroom in this apartment. But I don't know how they're connected if it isn't real.
Rue, open the door!
I think in Rue's episode, I think that was sort of like that was an insight into this. I don't think Rue imagined that. I think that was Jules.
You look really pretty. I wanted to say hi.
I wouldn't have done this if I didn't think you could handle it.
Yeah, but you don't know everything that's going on.
She wants my forgiveness?
Hearing that could make her fall off the wagon. Oh,
I know.
Then just go downstairs and let her apologize.
Even
Could have
if it's
just
not real?
warned her, or like instead of springing it on her, like go and
That's what I
apologise
mean.
now. Like, why not give Jules some time?
Yeah, I think that's what she needs, but I don't think he should have sprung this on her like that. She's gone.
oh, please just be making a coffee.
I don't think that's it.
You found bottles in the room?
Oh God.
You're coming home. I'm
So,
not leaving
is
you
this
now.
after the finale?
I don't know it.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, she's in the bathroom.
I know this is our first session, and I know you didn't want to come, but I'm glad you did.
She got all that
Maybe
out
there
in the
too.
first session. Go her.
Yeah, that was a lot.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
I'm Jewish.
Oh, sorry.
Oh no,
Yeah, 'cause
that's what
that's
she
the
was
same
wearing.
outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really missed you. Missed you
Yes,
too.
you do. Oh.
And I'm really sorry about like everything that happened at the train station and leaving and stuff. I don't know why I'm crying. I just get really emotional during the holidays. It's okay. Yeah, Merry Christmas, Jules.
That was it.
Oh
That
no.
was-
What was that?
They didn't get to say what they wanted to say.
I feel like it's always been like that. They've never said what they want to say.
Please don't end like this.
I don't really know
Yeah.
what it's going to.
So depressing.
To think I hope for a happy ending.
Yeah, me too. I thought maybe they would.
That was it.
Oh my lord! It's the same. It was like the same setup as the first part, just like a conversation, which I did quite like this.
I much enjoyed it compared
Right.
to the first one. To be honest,
Mm.
I really liked it.
I preferred the last one.
Really?
I feel like I preferred the first one as well.
Really? Oh my no, it's just like the opposite. I like actively enjoyed this one.
I feel like last episode, it was more like, it felt like a debate between Ali and Rue, and like they were very opposing to each other, and like you could see both sides of the story, and it like made you think about who you side with, and like things like that. But Jules, I feel like the therapist didn't speak very much, and it was just Jules saying how she feels, and I'm all here for that. Like I still think the episode was really good, and I enjoyed seeing how Rue has felt throughout the whole season, and it's uncovered more that we didn't know, like with all the stuff with her mum. But it felt like I still have a lot of questions. I feel like we barely touched the surface with her because it was just her speaking the whole time.
Yeah, and as a therapist, she can't really question her too deeply. It's about her like controlling the conversation.
Yeah.
And I feel like there was a lot of topics she passed on and didn't want to talk about, Rue and her mother being the two main ones. And as it was her first session, we didn't really get to unwrap all those layers of Jules, all those millions of layers that she puts up, and see the real one.
We
like
got
her.
to see we got to see like her mum and stuff, and how like she doesn't want to be associated with her anymore or anything. Like I don't know, I liked it because you could see more like of how like the way that she saw Tyler, and how like she just basically imagined the scenario in her head and like battling that conflict with Rue.
That's why she
and, like,
was
you had
so
that whole
smitten
montage.
for Tyler the whole time. Like, we didn't truly see
She
the
was,
extent
yeah.
of how in love with him she was.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
the
true.
heartbreak she felt on that like river bit where he sort of broke it to her like you know, you're nothing. Like, she imagined all these scenarios in her head, like all these things he would message her, she would like recreate in her mind like the fantasy of it, but none of it's real.
Yeah,
So-
and it must have been really heartbreaking for her, and we didn't really get to see the repercussions on her mental health because of that. But we're seeing it now, and I think the stuff I enjoyed the most was the stuff with her mum, because like that was all new, and like it added an extra layer to her, like why she's so. Like, Rue's dependency on her must be hard enough for anyone, but the fact that she had a mom who, like, went through addiction and, like, put her in an asylum and things like that, like, and she found it really hard to forgive her, she must see patterns of that behaviour in Rue and find it hard to accept.
The same thing going over again, and she even described Rue as like a mother, like seeing her for the real her, like under all the layers, like a mother should see their child when they're first born.
And
So she sees her in the same light.
Yeah, and it must be very triggering for her. Like, she's clearly buried this deep down. We didn't even see her speak about her mum to Rue, really. So she's obviously just trying to suppress it and forget about it. But she does need to, like, express these feelings to someone, because clearly they do get her. But I feel like we need to be there for the next session, because there's so much more I want to know.
I know, we've been there for all the sessions. They're like 8 parts. I'm down for that.
I did find it quite confusing, all the stuff with the apartment and Rue being on the floor, because because of what they showed in the last episode. I imagined it was Rue's fantasy, but it must have been Jules' fantasy to show in there.
Yeah, I'm set that was just like an Easter egg for Jules' part. I feel like that is the catalyst for all her like fantasies in her mind, and it started off with that. Rue on the floor's a bit confusing. Like, I don't know what that's trying to represent. Maybe that she's always there at the back of her mind. I don't know.
Jules left the apartment, and when she came back, that's when Rue was in the bathroom and had.
It might signify
she was dead.
her
So
worry.
maybe her like dependence, like without Jules there, like Rue is basically gone.
Yeah,
So
I think it just.
I've been that.
I think it signifies the pressure that she feels, that like if she leaves her alone for a day, or if she makes one wrong move, Rue could just relapse and die. Like,
Yeah.
I also liked at the start when she was saying like the pressure she feels to be the girliest girl, because she wasn't born a girl in her body. So she's got to like change all these things about her and try and live up to the beauty standards that every girl has in their head. Kind of heart's close to home because I feel like everyone feels like that.
Yeah, because of
everyone
like
can relate to
society
that.
standards and stuff.
And they're like, I've got to act a certain way, otherwise people won't like me. And I didn't really know what to say to that, so I was like, whoa, this feels like relatable. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching our reaction to the Euphoria special episode part 2. If you want to watch the episode in its entirety, then the link to the Patreon page will be in the description below. But don't feel any pressure, it's just for people that want to watch the episodes along with us. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time. Bye!
Bye!